Welcome back to another episode of the Chicken Garden Pump House.
It's day 162.
Today we're just going up and up and up with earth bags.
We had a break in the weather. I mean, it dumped last night.
Yes.
But we've got a small window, so we're going to lay some more earth bags. We've got to put some sleeves in when we get up to certain heights. But it's such a small area. Like, I really don't think it's going to take long.
Famous last words.
Famous last words, yes. Yes.
All right, I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
Okay.
I just kind of want to stare at the view, though, because it's so pretty. You want this? Oh no! Wait.
Shoot. That's warm.
Very warm, very humid.
Very humid. Yep.
Well, I wonder what the percentage is because it's probably like
It's
30%.
it's humider than normal. Is
Yeah.
humider a word?
Sure.
Probably not. That's okay. We're going to take a break because we need a break. And then we'll figure out what we're doing next.
You think we can go up one more course today?
Here's the problem. My first batch was way too wet because it had rained so much and I just didn't get the ratio right. And when you get a HYPERADOBE bag too wet, you can't tamp it because you hit one side and it just kind of like poofs up on the other side, and then you hit that side and it poofs up on the other side. It never compacts. That back corner is not compacting.
But I think take a little break and then we'll start on this side, and then maybe by the time we're there,
We can fix it.
yeah, we'll see.
Fingers crossed.
Today's Make It Monday is sponsored by LEHMAN'S. They sent us this Atlas pasta maker and a mixing bowl so we can show you how easy it is to make your own pasta, even in a tiny shining kitchen. If you have chickens on your homestead, you probably have an abundance of eggs, like us. So today I'm going to show you how to make tortellini stuffed with fresh goat cheese. This recipe is actually quite simple. We'll be starting with just 4 cups of flour added to a large mixing bowl. We'll press down the center to create a well and then crack in 6 fresh eggs. Grab yourself some chopsticks or a fork, or even just use your hands. I prefer to use chopsticks because it's a lot less messy. Once the dough has started to come together, it's time to ditch the chopsticks and use your muscles. We'll be kneading the dough in the bowl until it comes together. You may need to add a touch of water, but don't add too much. We don't want a soggy dough. Now let's really get kneading. This is a quick process, but because I've doubled the recipe, it's actually quite hard to work with such a large amount of dough. I'm going to cut it into quarters and make this go faster. You'll knead the dough until it becomes smooth and shiny. Then you'll dampen a kitchen towel and keep the dough under the towel until all the dough is done. Repeat this process until all of the dough is under the towel and let it rest a good 30 minutes. Now it's time for the fun part. It's time to set up the Atlas pasta maker. I've had my eye on one of these for years, but now that I have so many eggs, it just makes sense to have a pasta maker. I can easily make and store pasta anytime using up all these eggs. Now, grab a piece of the dough and you'll want to roll it out just enough to get it started through the pasta maker on the 0 setting. Gently fold it in thirds and run it through another time or 2. Adjust the setting to 1 and let's get rolling. You'll pass the pasta through until you get to the number 3 setting. At this point, I find it super helpful to make a loop of pasta instead of starting and stopping and trying to get it back through the pasta maker. Simply fold the pasta onto itself, and as it's coming out, keep cranking it through. This creates a continuous loop of pasta. And now all you have to do is adjust your settings as it passes through. For tortellini, we'll be passing through on number 6, but don't go any further. Now that you have your pasta as thin as you need it, it's time to cut it into circles. Once you've cut your pasta circles, it's time to add a teaspoon of your fresh goat cheese that I showed you how to make last week. Just dip your finger in some water, coat half of the circle's edge, fold over the circle and press the edges together. Then gather those corners and bring them around the cheese and press them together. Yep, you just made tortellini. Now that the tortellini is made, it's time to cook it up. Bring a large pot of water to a rapid boil, add a healthy helping of salt. Remember, we didn't salt the pasta, we're just salting the water. This cooks very fast. Give it a gentle stir and it's ready in 5 to 6 minutes. Drain the pasta and add your favorite sauce. Because I have no garden, and let's face it, I just don't have time to make pasta sauce right now, I'm using Rayo's marinara sauce. Dish it up, top it off with some more goat cheese, and enjoy. I hope you see that making pasta is a great way to use up eggs here on the homestead, and that it's super easy to do. We'll see you next week with another pasta recipe.
Okay, we've lunched and braked and done a bunch of other stuff, and now we're back. Full force. We're all here. Also, we got our pressure tank early. Thought that wasn't going to be here for like 3 or 4 more days, so that's good. That'll help us get to exactly the right height. But for now, it's just another bag, right? Another layer. Another.
Don't do it.
Another.
Don't do it. Let's just work.
I don't have anything. I got nothing.
Almost. You gotta get your hands on there. Yeah. Oh gosh. No, that's the whole point. He's supposed to knock it down. Almost. You got it.
Nana,
you can do it.
You can do it.
Almost.
Knock it.
Almost. Oh.
You're going to wobble quite a bit.
Come on, you can do it.
Balance. Oh, you should
gotta knock it down, bud.
There you go. Perfect paw placement.
Whoa!
Right. No.
Yeah.
Boy.
Woohoo. So we got one more layer on this pump house.
For a grand total of 2 layers for the day.
Also, we're making our mix just a slightly different. We're not adding cement into this. And we're trying a different way. We're trying to make it a little bit wetter. See if it holds together better.
It's not working out so great.
No, it's way too wet. So just trying to find that balance of how wet we want it to see if it compacts different. So, what's next?
Well,
We still have to go up more in the back. So the back will be higher and then it will slope down to the front.
I still think we have at least 1 or 2 more full courses before we start going up on the back. But probably in the next layer or 2, we'll start adding in all the conduit for the pipes and electrical lines and all that kind of stuff. So I got it all figured out. Oh man, this is weird. It's all in my head.
I don't like that.
I actually drew it out. You can go look at the drawing if you want. It's not that in my head.
Okay. Well, that's it for today, right?
Yeah,
It's way too hot.
It is.
So
we're going to call it.
Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow.